Oh, yo, so I guess there's notifications out. Yo, that's cool as hell. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Playing that for my daughter, man, because she wants to do the flute. Show comments on stage beta. You mean so if I press that, it'll show it up here? Yeah. What? Maybe. Let's see what happens. Well, anyways, drop a comment, eh? Drop a comment. Let's see. Nah, it doesn't work anyway. I didn't even check how much time I have, so you know. I'm on a bit of borrowed time, I suppose. So here we go. Yo, what's up, Mr. Six, man? Mr. Six, let's listen to some music, man. Let's see what we got in the background here. All right, let's see. We'll turn it up a little bit, and what is this?
When I go out to places, the look on people's faces turns so sour, you'd swear that they could kill. And when I say my name, they say, son, we know your game. And I say, you must be thinking of my brother Bill. Well, if you say so, Jim, but you sure do look like him. And he ain't welcome round here anymore. He's always getting drunk, he's a liar, he's a punk. And if he ain't alone, he's with some dirty whore. Run, 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 Billy's having fun, ruins everything just for a thrill. But I know we look the same, but I swear by my good name, it wasn't me, it was my bad brother Bill. hair, same eyes, same color hair, but you don't act like that Bill at all. He's mean as a bull, and if that bathroom there is full, he just turns around and goes right on the wall. Run, 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 Billy's having fun, ruins everything just for a thrill. I know we look the same, but I swear by my good name, it wasn't me, it was my bad brother Bill. Well, Jim, I trust you and I believe your story's true. That brother Bill of yours ain't worth a dime. One thing I can't understand is as long as I've known the man, I ain't never seen you and him at the same time. Run, 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 Billy's having fun.
Now we're in the middle.
Hey Joe, fucker, call me. This is Raj. It's very important. If you get to 1 o'clock, still call, okay? Thank you.
Would you like to suck my balls?
Yo, what's going on, Doug, man? We're listening to this with my anxiety moving me. Yo, cheers to that, Doug. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Hey, everybody sub each other up, eh? Hey, wow, Doug.
But I'm in Denver Airport, man. So I have it kind of
Oh, cool,
low.
cool, cool.
The poor lady next to me, I'm afraid I'm bothering her talking so loud. But
Heck yeah,
she's got
bro. I
things
know
in her
that.
ears, so maybe that's all good. Hey,
Right.
what's up,
You
gal
think I
pal?
don't? I know the feeling, man. I know the. I feel like a creep anytime I go anywhere. But now you have a hat similar to your profile picture. That's pretty cool. You're wearing that hat. You
It
know.
may be the very same hat, maybe. Look, I
You
don't wear
think?
it this
Yeah.
way though. I wear it
Hey,
this
gal
way.
pal. What's going on? Good to see you too. Hey, I was blocked for a week. Thank Doug for letting me up.
I've had that issue too, where YouTube,
Yeah.
for some reason, has me out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't post, right?
No, I got a strike. They told me what it was. It was just like it was a silly thing.
They
What up?
told you what it was. What was the strike for?
Well, I bitched about it enough, so I'm trying not to, right? But anyways, what it was I got a giveaway, and it was from Shop Hello Mary. If you're familiar with that, it's one of those THCA flower factories or whatever. And I got some stuff, and I got it as a giveaway, and I rated it just middle of the road, and so I did two different videos about having the giveaway and the winning or whatever. But in the first one, I was like, okay, I'm about to check out. I have my gift credit. Here's this, here's that, and so that was what they considered facilitating the sales of regulated goods because
Okay.
of all local regulations now, that can change any
So,
day, but
so they
local
gave you a
regulations
strike
are
and knocked you off for a week, huh?
1 week, no big deal,
Okay.
1 week.
Is this the
And
new
that's why I
channel or the
created
old one?
this is the regular one,
The regular one. Okay, I did sub to your new channel.
Thank you. Yes, I created that so that, should something like this happen, if I miss the mark here,
I have two
should
channels that
something
are
like this happen.
identical. That are identical. Two identical channels. One
You
of them
do,
has all
okay.
my stuff on it. The other one doesn't, but it's still me. You know what I mean? Because
I just I just want enough I just want
YouTube,
enough subs over there to be able to go live.
for some reason, YouTube glitches out sometimes, and like I can't post, and I don't know why that is.
Okay.
I don't get any letter from them saying something's happened, and so therefore, I'm sure nothing has. You know?
Well, they told me what it was, and
Mhm.
like I said, I can share any more details, when it's appropriate with you. But
Yep.
I get it. There's no way around the fact that we are if we're going to be public, it's global. Local regulations are all over the fucking place.
Yep.
And so even though I thought it was gone, but I got to watch it again. So I waited till the last day. I watched it again, and I was like, but all I said was what I just did in the last 13 minutes. So
Hmm.
I can't just tell you that I put on my shoes, I tightened my belt, walked outside, bought a bagel. It was 1:36. Like I can't do that. Like how am I like selling something? That's pretty crazy. But hey, again, I've bitched enough, right? And you got copyright messages. Well, I get copyrights, and I was pushing that hard, but that didn't kick me out for a week.
I get
You know,
copyright issues all the time.
yeah, it didn't kick me out. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not mad or whatever because I know you can't argue with that. That shit just changes all the time. Oh yeah, Vanjir, Mr. Six is a musician. Definitely like remember how you said, Doug, the way that Beard plays the guitar is like way out there, and he said outsider. Well, Mr.
Hmm.
Six is also an outsider musician, but it would be probably more digestible as musical, in my opinion. You would
Okay.
understand that he's making music, but it is very out. But it is, it's like out within range. He's
Hmm.
he's actually very talented, Mr. Six. And Mr. Six has a lot of like personal stuff that's in the music there that is I guess it's like old bad sad story, but a lot of people do. So everybody say, "Oh, we all hurt." But yeah, he's really cool. Vanjira's really cool. We're gonna collaborate for sure, I think, because I think our musical taste lines up enough. I let him know that if he can give me room for a bass and an organ accompaniment, and he did the melody side and I do the, ACC, then I think we can make a nice online collaboration. The violin playing. Oh, the violin is playing. Oh, this one. Wah,
The
wah,
little
wah.
one?
So my friend Donovan, right? He died, right? But he was a really close friend of mine, right? And we worked together at
Ladies
a
and
recycle center.
gentlemen, for those of you
And
who came back to Denver on 1260,
oh
there is
boy,
a weather issue in
hold on,
Dallas
wait a sec,
and we
wait a sec.
cannot
Hey,
land.
I can't hear you with
So
this
please
stuff going on.
be in
I
the Bay
know, Mr.
Area.
Six,
Please
your
don't
auntie is
change
speaking.
your
Hold on,
boarding
everybody.
passes. No.
That was awesome. That was awesome. No, but so Donovan, the guy I worked with, we worked at a recycle center together, just throwing shit away. It was one of those things where I had a job, he did not, but I had a car. And he was like, "Man, I can't find any job." And I was like, "I bet you can." I just quit my job, put him in my car, and we drove around and got work anywhere we could. And then, so I just did that to prove a point. I just like quit the job I had. I was like, "I bet you fucking can." And they were like, "Where do you live?" And I give them my fucking license plate. I was like, "I live in that car," that it disappears too because it was a silver Honda. It's almost invisible. anyway, anyway, I
I
drove
think something
around and we
happened.
did
I
everything.
didn't pay attention to that last message. I might gotta go and look into some things, okay, buddy?
Oh, okay, okay,
Because
okay.
because
Oh yeah, that message might
I'm
have
in an
been for
airport.
you.
Listen, my flight's been
Yeah,
delayed once. And
yeah,
now
yeah.
they just announced something. There's black clouds and thunder and lightning coming down everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Doug, it was finally like clear and dry and warm here. And so the rest of you guys are fucked because it's always mild here. But you know what I mean? So the rest of you guys are fucked. You got a hailstorm, you got everything, right?
I'm afraid they might ground my flight. I don't know. Venjir, good to see you. Listen, sub up to me, buddy. I sub to you, you sub to me, okay? It's the way it works.
Please do, please do.
Listen,
Yeah, man.
Joe G, good to see you.
You too, man. You too. My
I'll
only
come down
point
and
at
see
all
you
was to be like,
sometime in July. I'll come down and we'll visit, okay?
cool, cool. Thank you,
Okay. I'm
thank
not
you.
sure when in July, but sometime in July. Okay?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's cool.
Thank
I'm
you,
trying to run
Venjir.
a
Gal Pal,
fireworks
good to
stand.
see
You
you.
might have to show up there. Hey,
Stay
the only
talking.
the only point I wanted to say is like for my friend Donovan, the boss in the yard, he used to go like that, and he was like, "What is this? It's the smallest violin in the world. What's it playing? My heart pumps purple piss for Donovan." That's what
Money.
he said. I don't know where he got that.
Money, man, money.
Cheers, bro.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm rubbing my fingers to the bone with that money. Good to see you, Doug. Be safe. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody's subbing up to Venjir, Mr. Singh. Mr. Singh is a very talented musician. I'm telling you. You make enough room for me, I can definitely accompany with a little organ and bass. You do the melody bit, you do the story. Yo, Hobo! Hobo, we're back in town, man. 1 week down, back in town. How you doing? Cheers. We'll try not to do that anymore. It was great to see you, Doug. Doug, now that I have my channel back, we'll schedule a good day to have a side by side. But you're in the airport. And storms abound. A lot of people are going to have weird weather today. Another time, another time. Heck yeah, Hobo. Hey, Hobo. Yo, so I've been blocked since Monday. It's so funny because uh, I was being so productive and everything on Monday, right? And I was ready to go live, and then I got my ban. But this is one of the things that I got on Monday last week. So that was number one mail that I received. Thank you, Hobo. Yep, yep. Here we go. Hobo Hideaway, handcrafted arts, wood burned token. I'll call it a token, a large token. So I would have shared that immediately, you know. And then I got some more, man. I got some Sean 420. I've already showed it around, but I will show it again when he's present. So yeah, man, you know, I was actually like on my way on Monday to come up here and I got that block. Couldn't post, couldn't do anything. I was surprised that I could chat. I was surprised. Laser engraved. Okay, there. Okay. Yo, thank you, Mr. Six. Yo, cheers, everybody. That's awesome. So thank you, Hobo. I got the card with that as well. You know, I'll keep the card to myself if that's okay, right? It just seems appropriate. I mean, you know, tell me different if you need to. Yeah. Cheers, cheers. Thank you so much, bro. I mean, it warms my heart to get gifts like that. And I'm sorry I couldn't share it until now. I really am. Yeah, Hobo, we have like that laser engraved wood like that. My wife and I, we each have a Ouija board that's created in that manner. So we each have a Ouija board. She has one, I have one. They're slightly different. Mine is actually, what is that called? Anyway. Oh, anyway, thank you, Hobo. You know, the rest of that shit. I'm sorry, I was on a ramble. Thank you, Gal Pal. I appreciate that. Jeez, jeez. And also, guys, look into my second channel. You know, what is it? Let's see. I got it. Lord, I was born a rambling man. Ba-da-da-da. There you go. What an agreement, man. An agreement has been made. All right, let's see. Can I flip him one more again? Yeah. All right, I can do that. I can do that. We're going to listen to Professor Louis one more time. What song was I on anyway? Yeah, being a storm chaser is pretty cool, right? Be right back. In 3 days. Definitely have to follow the moon calendar, you know. Got to pay some attention, yeah, for lycanthropic lycanthropic sex. The good days, lycanthropic sex, they call it. It's the good days in short order. Yo, Dream Tooth, what's up, my brother? I've been missing you for a while, Dream Tooth. How you been? Thanks for joining me on my sojourn into the stupid, Facebook Live. Please join me, Dream Tooth, here. I would love it, of course. I share a join-in link. You can see. Yeah, it's probably gonna hail where Dream's at too. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy everywhere, guys. It's crazy everywhere. Here we go. It's crazy. That's why it's mild here. My one hand works like Harry Houdini and making a bunch of noise. He was noted as very noisy. Grady. Grady. Those are fantastic outlaws. Afghan hemp. Who, Ari? Yeah, she's not going to come out. She's tired today. I already talked to her. I'm sorry. You know, another day she'll be out. Ooh, I almost lost that. Yo, what's up, Kev? Kev, come up. It's been a while, Kev. It's been a while. I almost dropped that, man. It almost went down. All right, where was I when Doug came up? I think when Doug came up, I think this is what I was on. Yeah, it was on Hook. Yo, you should listen to Jeffrey, bro. Professor Louis, that's Jeffrey's uncle, dude. You should listen to Jeffrey Lewis. That's what you should listen to, brother. My kids and I discovered Jeffrey Lewis together.
Immediate danger. It was a hot summer night. We were driving in the boonies, just listening to the radio. Girl by my side, my hand on her thigh with no particular place to go. It was getting hot and heavy. We were steaming up the Chevy, started looking for a place to park. The radio was popping and the engine started knocking. We were stranded in the dark. The trees started swirling, fire filled the sky, and then a light hit us from above. My brain started aching, and the girl, she started shaking. The next thing that I knew, she was gone. My girl ain't been the same since she got abducted. Something in her kiss just don't feel right. Her eyes are dark and cold since she got broke. My baby ain't been the same since she got abducted.
Yeah, Kev, man, I remember a really funny time where like my father was using my sister's boyfriend, like I guess you would just say my brother-in-law, right? My sister's husband, to cut his lawn. And he was like, "Okay, I'll make sure I maintain the lawnmowers, I'll gas them up, everything. You just show up and you do the cut." And then, every time he would show up, he would like piss and moan and complain and sweat all over himself and complain. And my dad was like, "Oh, dude, I thought he would be happy." But at the same time, when you take all the incidentals out, you know, when you take all the incidentals out and you just get paid for the labor, it's like he can't even fool himself, because he didn't fill his own tank. My dad did, so he just gets the net money. And if you're not happy with the net money. So I did pretty good recently. I really did. I made pretty good net money for doing independent work. I'm pretty happy about it. You do yours by hand? Yes, I believe you do. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. It's a lot of work, but isn't that how we keep ourselves, up to it? You know what I mean? All right, well, let's listen to one more. This is Danny Thompson, Nothing Left to Do. This is really deep version.
How much more can one man take? How much more can one heart break? How many tears can two eyes cry? There's nothing left to do. Nothing I have belongs to me. You've taken my soul, my dignity. I pray every night when I close my eyes. There's nothing left to do.
Yo, Siberian, my mom, she died in like 3 minutes, you know what I mean? She was on her way to the Grand Old Opry stage. They had reserved time. That would be the second time, you know what I mean? So she definitely died within like 3 seconds, you know, and that's what she would want to do. If she was in the yard, yo, what's up, John? We need to rock and roll, John. Heck yeah, John. I appreciate that, bro. Let me know, baby. Yeah.
How much more can one man take? How much more can one heart break?
You gotta make it the 5-minute version, man. You're not allowed to cut it for the radio. Here is the interlude. Wheezy Elvis. Awesome. Yeah, this version is actually called Suspicious Behind. That's what it's actually called. It's Suspicious Behind. It's really messed up. Thank you, John. I'll get you right back, man.
Take that fucking blueberry out of your ear and listen. Alright? You stupid kids, you don't understand anything today. Burn your fucking SIM cards. You don't need them.
Yo, thank you. We got Jimmy playing now.
I had a dream last night that I got into a fight. My fists were bound so I could not defend. I simply turned around to find myself in town, on a road I'd walk that never seemed to end. Green dream, Lord,
Grab the spoon.
there's people there and things I never seen. And when it's time to go off to where nobody knows, I hope that I can have just one more drink. the sweet by and by, I dreamed that I could fly. I felt that I had knew how all the while. And when I had arose from my golden slumber doze, my frowning face had turned into a smile. Dream, dream, Lord, I love to dream. There's people there and things I never seen.
Siberian. My wife doesn't really know because she's still just visiting her mom. So she was talking about Hagerstown again, you know, and I didn't say Hagerstucky. I didn't say it to her yet. I can't, Siberian. I can't. She was talking about how it was better than that other part of PA. No shit. No shit.
And when I was a boy, playing there with my toys, I dreamt one day being a millionaire. I'd have all kinds of cars, a bunch of drum sets and guitars, and I'd marry Christy with the long blonde hair. Dream, dream, Lord, I love to dream. There's people there and things I've never seen.
How would you like to suck my balls?
What's going on off-grid, man? I hope you saved everything, man. I hope you saved everything. One of those nice clothes from Subway. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Hey, John. We need to get you some real hoagies, man. Forget about the stuff, you know. We need some real, some real hoagies, and grinders.
I wanna touch you, but I don't know if I should, yeah. Angel baby, make me weak. Angel baby, when you start to speak. Angel baby, my heart's on fire. Angel baby, you my one desire. Up the phone, and then I put it down. I walk up to your door, then I turn around. I write you letters that never get sent. I wanna love you, but I don't know if I can, yeah. Angel baby, make me weak. Angel baby, when you start to speak. Angel baby, my heart's on fire. Angel baby, you my one desire.
And I asked him all about that, and he didn't use a lot of drummers, but he didn't really, think about it all either. So here we go for Jimmy. Jimmy has not had a drink in 130 days, and he goes to church. Jimmy goes
Maybe time to get down on your knees and pray, and even if you feel like you are wrong with down upon your knees again. So join the club. Join the club. He will let you in. Join the club. Join the club. And cast away your doubt. Join the club. Join the club. Hear all the angels shout if you've been led astray by those who call your friends. Join the club. Join the club. We will let you in. Now you might feel alone and have nowhere to go. And Satan's got you deep under the spell, we know. But if you walk with Jesus, he'll strike that devil down. So join the club. Join the club. Let the lost be found. Join the club. Join the club. And cast away your doubt. Join the club. Join the club. Hear all the angels shout if you've been led astray by your own will or your friends. Join the club. Join the club. He will let you in.
Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Fatima. Oh, Jimmy's having a great time in his life. He loves
Some
being.
people say they can't believe what they
He
can't
loves
see.
driving, bro.
Now
He
you don't
loves driving.
have to be blind for your soul to be free.
Hi,
For
Gal
heaven
Pal.
is
How you
there is
Hey,
doing?
what's up?
Not too much.
I come
Not
up for
too
a few
much.
minutes.
Just back on.
Did you do
What's
anything
that? I'm
special?
sorry.
Did you do anything special today?
Well, because it was a holiday yesterday, actually, I let my daughter lead into what we were gonna do, and so she just ended up saying she wanted tacos, so that's what we did. And
Oh,
today, I got some like grilled stuff. I'll make them in about an hour. Um, we've had a whole great weekend. It's been a really great weekend. It's been kind of weird because my daughter went in and wrote down for a viola, and she wants to play a flute. And they gave me like a barcode, and so I'm just gonna have to say flute. And when it comes up again in August, they're gonna say, "What is up with that?" And I'll just be like, "Nothing. That's what she wanted to do." So it's like that's weird. Why didn't she just straighten it up there? I don't know. She put it on me. So yeah, nah.
that's
Everything else
okay.
is really cool.
I played flute, piccolo.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I played in the orchestra band and the marching band.
right, right.
Then I got busy
Yeah,
in sports, and then
I played clarinet
go ahead.
in school. At home, I had guitars and an organ, electric organ. But in school, I played clarinet.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
Well,
remember anything.
I got a guitar when I was 16 and tried to play it. I could play all the notes. I could just never get the whole gist of playing a song. And my mom
Yeah,
taught us to play the piano. So I can play the piano. Now I haven't played on quite a few years, but when I'm around one, I sit down and play as much of it as I can remember.
I love playing a piano. That makes me feel good, actually. Just like you said, like you might stumble a little bit, but once you fall back into it and you start playing that melody, it feels good. It's a good
Yeah,
like connection with your brain. It's like, oh yeah, I'm still in touch with that part of myself.
and I have a harmonica. I've been trying to
There you
teach
go.
my I've been trying to teach myself harmonica for a long time. Not very
So
successful. Oh,
is that like, does it tell you what key is? Is it like a C sharp?
yeah,
Because
it's a
every
C. It's
it's a
a
C.
C. Yeah, it's a C. It just says C. Donald from Scotland that comes on the panel.
Uh huh.
He asked me, and then I found it on here, and then he tried to teach me some basics. He got on the panel a couple times, and he was working with me, and then he quit coming on the panel and stuff. But
Oh, that's so
I
cool. Yeah, because
yeah,
I mean, I could like try to play C chords, but I don't know how to do like the suck in. You know what I mean? Like I guess they're just it's three negative fifths, but I don't know actually how to intellectualize that. Like I know what it is. Like when Smooth Keys is on and he's pulling his drawbars, I can hear everything that changes in the organ. I'm like, oh yeah, that's 1/6. That's 1/5. I can hear like the derivations, the distance, because that's math. But at the
Right.
same time, like I couldn't tell you like now I know when you suck in, it's like a -6 of each one of those chords or each one of those implements to the chord, but I couldn't intellectualize it without writing it down, you know. I would have to
Yeah.
like really draw something, which is crazy, but that's the
No.
limitation of my mind. I love being like, I'm a quick study. I've always been surrounded by the most brilliant females, you know, forever. Third grade, seventh grade, sixth grade. Like, these ladies, you know, like I said, they ended up like losing prepositions, and they just like cut their language down to be more efficient, and they were just so brilliant. And but I could understand them. I was a quick like after study, but I wasn't like up on it when they were. Hey, Doug, what's going on?
What's up, Joe?
Hey, Doug.
Let me
We're
get set
about to
up.
be in the air and stuff with Doug. Holy moly, donut shop! We're gonna go in the air. I love it. Donut.
Come fly with me.
Hey, gal pal.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, we're delayed till 6 o'clock, and then they say that's only if the weather. I don't know. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah. So, Doug, you
It,
know how involved Off Grid is, and he has like a lot of essential plants outside, not just the crop, but also
yep.
foods and everything. So then
Okay.
he
Yeah.
had hail coming. He had hail coming, and he was like, "Oh no, I'll deal with it. I got 10 minutes." I'm like, "Dude, that's your life, man. You know, you're really hardcore. You know, 10 minutes left. I'll deal with it. You know."
Yeah, yeah, you got to run, right?
The hail will knock the plants over, right? We had
I
six
mean,
plants last year.
everything from ornamental to environmental, like things that are buffers.
Yeah, we had
You
six
know,
plants
and
last year, and two of them got flattened in a torrential downpour.
right, right.
So what are you gonna
Yeah,
do? We
that's
ended up with four. Ended up with four. So
SGP said she got stripped.
got.
Yeah, her
Yeah, they.
plants just disappeared overnight. Stripped.
Oh yeah, she absolutely. She told me that story. The
Uh,
neighbor came. The neighbor came and the neighbor came and took them.
yeah, someone hijacked them, and they had to know they were sitting there. And I live where only people like drive on my little road that live on my road
Right,
or visit someone on my road.
Yeah, nobody drives on your
right.
road if they don't live there, unless they're high school kids going up to the cul-de-sac at the end to smoke.
Yeah, yeah. That I've busted people for the Amazon guys, the couple making out, the dude smoking the blunt when I snuck up on him. I'm like, "What you guys doing in there?" Oh shit! I'm like, "That's cool. Just smoke that blunt with me."
My friend, he was adopted, and like we were really in with his family and stuff, and his mom was a lawyer, and everybody was interesting in that family, but they were adopted in like the children. But everybody, even mom and dad, were like so diverse and like interesting. But yeah, one time he was very short. He had like a growth deficiency. He was walking behind the grocery store, and he was just like smoking a little joint, and these people like pounced on him, and he was like super scared. He ran away. And then there was like this little blurb in the newspaper that I was delivering about how I think there was an 8-year-old child smoking a joint behind Giant or whatever.
Damn,
A little child.
I got a.
They thought that was like a child. They thought it was like an epidemic. And then the funniest part is like I had to deliver the paper, and I was walking the same path he was, and there was even like little stone steps. And I'm walking and I'm not looking, I'm probably smoking my own joint, right? And I walk right into a fence. So like 2 weeks after this 8-year-old like mythical child was smoking a joint. They put up a fence so you couldn't walk up there and smoke joints anymore.
They blocked it off, huh?
Yeah,
Oh
I
well.
walked right into it because it was like a chicken fence. It wasn't like human size.
We've had a over the weekend, yesterday and the day before, we had a bear downtown in our town in Nyack. A
Woo!
big old black bear.
That's
They
crazy.
got pictures of him on the Facebook page. Now, a couple of weeks ago, there was a bear by my parents' house throwing the trash cans all over the place.
Yep, yep.
It's probably the same one, probably, but I'm not. You
You
don't even
think the
know. I
same bear?
saw a bear
Yeah.
2 miles from my house a few years ago. You know what I mean?
Dang.
So we're 15 miles from New York City. In suburban New York,
Right,
we got bears in the neighborhood.
right.
But there was definitely a bear went into my parents' trash can like 2 or 3 weeks ago and tore it apart, threw it around, and grabbed the other cans even though they were empty and opened them up and looked at them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yep. Dang.
What are they
maybe it's
doing?
hmm?
Are they building a lot on the outskirts? What's pushing them in the city?
There's like almost no construction at all. And not in my maybe miles away, but not like right in my vicinity. No,
Hmm.
I think the bears are just wandering in from like I don't know, kind of weird.
Well, they get hungrier and hungrier, right? So it just tightens
In the
in.
last over the last 20 years, we've had coyotes come back too. Hadn't been coyotes there for 100 years. Now there's coyotes
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they moved in from wherever they and the
wherever
same
they
way.
were. Yeah,
Yeah, my brother, when they first started in Pennsylvania, they could get 500 a pelt for them. Now they're down to
For a
50.
coyote?
Yeah, they
Hmm.
got 500 a piece for their pelt.
you can make a live. You can make a living doing that.
Yeah, my brother made some money. And then he actually had kept one of the nicer ones, and had it stuffed. He has that loft up in his house. He's got he's got 3 bears. He's got a whole bear stuffed up there. He's got some deer. He's got a raccoon, a rabbit, a fox. He's got that coyote. It's like a wildlife preserve when you go upstairs in his house. Well, you can see it from down
Dang.
below at the loft. You know what I mean? He's still
Oh
up there.
man, this is crazy. You
He
know,
built his house.
nobody down here has ground to like grill on, but they did it on Friday, right? So I could smell it on the ground. What's crazy now is like I smell a distinct burning garlic, which means it's not people on the ground; it's the Chinese plate. They're like they're like wafting a bunch of oil and garlic right now. And so that's all I can smell is burnt garlic. That's really crazy when it's a holiday like this. You know what I mean? That's really crazy.
Can you ask Kev or Terps to post Fatima's link so I could check it? Or you can post. Can you
Oh,
post
shoot.
Fatima's link?
Fatima, because I'm on StreamYard, I don't know what I can do, right? It says show on stage, star comment. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Can somebody share Fatima's link, please?
Kev didn't respond. I said, hey Kev, he didn't respond.
Off
So
Grids was here. Is Off Grid still here?
no, it only says two. Oh well.
No, Off Grid is live, I believe, actually. Off Grid is live right now.
Oh, I thought he went down.
So if we're gonna leave at
Yeah.
5:58,
Let's see. Okay. Sorry, Fatima. I can't share it. You know what I mean? Or else I'll get kicked or whatever, you know? Kev, I could ask Kev to come in. I don't know.
no worries. I just like to sub to people. That's all. Because they sub back.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. And I apologize. You know, I'm just back and I'll have to fix everything over there. Right now, I can't share anybody's channel, I guess.
Is what it is.
Yeah, that's nothing but garlic. It's like burning garlic in oil. So I know that's just a Chinese place like batching up their shit, you know. So I know that's not good food. That's bad. We had great food from there, but we just lucked out. It was like a Thursday really late, and we got egg foo young, and they made like brand new, you know, like omelets and what was the other one? The other one was like some sort of like Thai tofu. It was all like veggie, you know what I mean? But it was really good. It was really good. Quality control. So you're delayed. Are they going to give you a hotel? They'll give you like 3 hours so you can take a shower and watch like a stupid cable show, and then get back in a plane. That's what's going to happen, Mama Delta.
It still says 6:58, which is 30 minutes from now, but it's not up on the board.
Right,
So
right.
I don't know.
Yep. They're going to give you like 4 hours in a hotel. You can shower for two.
I'm hoping we're gonna board here in like 10 minutes or less. If they should be
That'd
boarding
be
now.
cool.
If flight's scheduled to leave in half an hour, we should be getting on the plane now.
Right, right.
So that's not good. Delayed again, right? It still says 6:58. Oh, it was 5:58. Which is back another
I
hour.
hated it. I used to, when I worked at the airport, they would have mandatory
Yeah,
overtime.
they pushed it back another hour.
See, yeah,
They pushed it back
when I worked in the
another
airport,
hour.
they would have mandatory overtime. So then they would put you up in a hotel for 3 freaking hours. So you can take a shower and watch one stupid cable show, put your shoes back on, and leave again. You know, it was like horrible. You know, it's not like you could sleep. It's like, thanks, mom. It's horrible.
I only had one flight. That was my one in Chicago when I was leaving, and it was windy as hell. And they said, "Oh, we don't know with the wind." I'm like, "Oh crap!" But we got
Yeah. Well, they got ice storms, they got hail, they got everything right now all across this country.
Oh
You
yeah, I
know,
was
it's
watching the
crazy.
storm chasers. I had been out with a friend. We went out and did some stuff, got some stuff to make. We were she wanted to grill out and have chicken and all this stuff, and
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
we were gonna go to a parade down in Montgomery County. She got here late. I'm like, "Oh, what happened to the parade? I wanted to take candy down to throw the kids and stuff."
Oh yeah,
But
oh yeah.
I
We
spent
love
most
that. We
of
love
the day
the
out.
parades or any excuse to celebrate is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. But I did go out and spend most of the day out, so. And then, I can't drive because of my seizures, and she had to bring she's like, "Oh, just hang out with us for a while and stuff," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do that." And then the more I was there, I was like, "You have to take me home." So
Right,
she'd had
right.
she'd had some drinks, and I didn't. Hey, Bud Files, what's up?
Yo, Bud Files, how you doing, man? I hope your family's well, man. Please click like. How you doing tonight? Thanks for your support
And I'm
all
like,
the
"You think
time.
about that? You got to drive me home." He said, "Yeah, a bunch of driving and
Ask,
drinking, and
hey, Bud Files, could you post
Yeah.
Fatima's link for us? I can grab it.
oh yeah, I didn't even think
I
about
think
that.
Holy Moly Donut Shop. It's Burpee. Hey, you guys want to say hi to Shells?
Hey, what's up, Burpee?
How you doing?
What's going on, man? Hold on, I got a fire truck behind me. You can hear that? I'm sorry. Ooh. How you
Yeah, we had
doing, Shells?
fire trucks today.
How's everyone's Monday going?
Hey, is Bud Files out there, man? Can he post that link?
I don't think they
Yeah,
stayed.
They
look,
didn't stay?
honestly, Bud Files just comes in and says hello. He does click like, but that's why I always talk to him about his family and stuff. He doesn't hang out. He just says he just says hi and clicks like.
I'm not sure why I don't have a wrench show, but I could just go to their channel and sub if I did.
Well, I'll give
Right?
it back to you as soon as we're back in YouTube, Doug. I swear.
I mean,
Hey, Burpee, what's going on, man? What you watching?
everybody else seems to have wrenches, but me and Gal Pal.
Uh oh.
Right?
I'm in
I'm not sure
StreamYard.
why
I
that
can't
is.
fix it.
I'm sure there's a good reason, Joe. I'm sure there's a
Yeah,
good
because
reason.
I clicked everybody off. And Most of the people who are back on, they said, because I want to sub up to a channel, yes. I just did a case by case. You guys didn't ask until now, and right now we're on this. I had everything cleared as far as block list and wrenches. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
now that you're asking, I can't do it only because we're in StreamYard.
Why? Because you're
Burpee,
on a
what you
phone.
watching on the
You're on a
wall,
phone and you
man?
can't go into
Oh,
YouTube,
you
right?
got music?
Okay.
Yeah, right now on StreamYard, I'm on a phone. I can't do anything except grab my other phone, maybe, and I probably still can't go into YouTube.
They put
I
us
don't
up
Yo,
know,
on the
man. I
board
didn't
now for
have much hope.
658.
Hey, Burpee, I was blocked from YouTube for a week. I couldn't post. All I could do was chat.
I
John
won
Rios.
$137 on poker just for being drunk.
So you're playing online poker and you won money?
Yeah.
I had a buddy
Heck
out
yeah,
west.
man.
I had a buddy out west who did that.
I had 50
When
bucks.
I
Well,
smoke a
actually, I had
bud, sitting on a
56
rug.
bucks. I had 56 bucks and I turned that into $137.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's electronic money like Bitcoin or something?
Yeah, I was just having fun, drinking a few beers, and I won. Perhaps I can turn double this shit up again. I don't know. I'm kind of
Yeah,
hopeful.
man. Yeah, man. Spin the wheel, man. Spin the wheel. So Burpee Shelves, he's up in Canada, West Coast, so that would be like British Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's there you go. So you know what kind of good what kind of good bud they have up there, one of those things that won the Cannabis Cup years and years and years
I
in a
know. I
row.
know a few people from British Columbia up there in
Yes,
YouTube.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Place to be, dog.
I mean, we keep smoking it, man. No complaints. It's not always the best day, but it's better than the devil
Yesterday.
you don't. Yeah.
Tired as fuck, though. That's what the weed does, bro. I don't think I should play poker or I'm gonna lose my money.
Oh, the weed's making you second guess yourself. You're being protective.
What do they play
Like,
Hold'em, right?
I want to lose.
Burpee, they play Hold'em, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on party poker.
well, shoot, man. Sorry for being quiet. I'm just trying to roll up another.
Take your time, man. No worries.
You just missed 420.
Did I miss 420? Oh yeah, it's fucking 7:34 over here. I totally did.
Sorry,
I
Doug.
missed it.
He's out there without his weed.
Yeah, I can't even have a cigarette. I haven't had a cigarette since like this morning. Been in the airport
You
so
haven't
long.
had a cigarette?
No,
Oh,
man.
because of the damn airport? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
is what it
When I
is.
worked there, you could go into the glass death machines. Do you not have glass
Not,
death machines over there?
some airports have smoking sections, some don't.
Yeah,
This one,
they're
I
so
don't think
fucking
Denver
nasty,
does.
bro.
I don't think.
They're nasty.
In Salt Lake though, they do. They have like designated smoking rooms, all glassed off with ventilation and shit.
Yeah, dude, they're so nasty, man. That's like. Remember the room they got in trouble in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when they were drinking the shit and they had to burp to like go down? That's that room. You know what I mean? It's got the fan on the top and it's all like sealed in hermetically. That's just a room of death. I hate that room. And then people used to go eat their fucking lunch in there. I couldn't believe that shit
In the
when I
smoking room,
worked there.
right? Yeah.
I said it when I lived there. When I fucking worked at the airport, I lived at the airport. Like that was also cool. Like they got me. You know what I mean? They dictated what I did, and I didn't even notice. Because because it's always a perk. Oh, go ahead and shower over here. You know, it's always a perk. So they got me, man.
Yo, I'm gonna go to bed, bro. I'm tired as fuck.
Oh yeah, what time is it?
Like
Time for me
4:30,
to wait
bro.
another hour and a half.
I'll take a nap and shit.
No, I meant. Oh well, I know West Coast, right? It's like 4:36, right?
Yeah, bro.
He just fucking
So
420'd himself to death in like the first 20 minutes. It's cool, Shells. Please come back later, bro.
Jordan, up.
my
What are you
flight
talking
was
Peace,
to?
dog.
my
Have a
flight
good
was
one, eh?
originally scheduled for 4:25. Now it's 7 o'clock before they go.
I
That's
don't
not
know
that
who
bad.
this
That's what, like
person is.
two and a half hours.
Hey, Dougie Doug, can you please do us all a favor and shut the fuck up?
Who is this guy, man?
Who
Friend of
is
yours,
that?
Joe? Friend of
Hello?
yours? Was that guy was a friend of
Oh,
yours?
I didn't hear him, Doug. Doug, I'm sorry, I didn't hear him.
No, but you threw him off pretty quick, right?
I didn't hear him. I've missed it. I missed the whole thing. I don't think it was me, actually. I think my daughter did that.
There you go.
I didn't even see that happen. I don't know who the fuck that was.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me scroll back and look at it again.
Okay.
So he couldn't have
It
come up,
sounds like
but
they're calling your gate. It sounds like they're calling your gate. I don't know that
he
motherfucker.
credentialized professional. He couldn't have come up if you didn't let him up, Joe, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know who he was, and I took care of, as quick as I could. I didn't even hear it. I really didn't hear it. I just said,
Aren't you
"Oops,"
afraid of being
it doesn't
porn
sound
bombed?
right.
You're not afraid of being porn bombed. You let people up that you don't see?
Yeah, I usually like to see people before I let them up.
I don't
I don't
think
like to
those
let
are
people up
mutually
who I don't
exclusive
know.
answers. I don't think those are mutually exclusive answers. I can't answer that. I
Okay.
don't want to be porn bombed. Doesn't mean I don't want to let up somebody I've never seen before. Those are different.
But you didn't know the name? Who? What name were they under?
Credentialized
I never
professional.
saw it. I really never saw it. I'm very kind of blind and they're gone, I don't know. I never heard. I know what they said was like, "Oh, ruff, ruff, boom." That's all I heard.
Hey,
No,
Navi.
they addressed me directly. They addressed me directly.
So you know who he is, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to, enter anything that was invasive, but he's gone. I know he wasn't approaching anybody like a human. That's all. So I was like, as quick as I could fucking see or hear, and I couldn't, not much. No, I don't want to be porn bombed, but it doesn't mean I don't want to be open to somebody I've never heard of. Because the person who porn bombed me, I've watched their channel. So the only porn bomb I got was a cartoon version,
But that
and
that
it's somebody
person,
that I watched for like 2 months. So it doesn't mean I can trust anybody any better. You know what I mean? I can't trust him any better.
credentialized professional never even posted in your chat under that name.
I
Right?
know,
One of my
but
one of my criteria before I let someone up is I have them post in the chat so I can look at their channel. Right?
well,
If he
I
doesn't
have
post in
I
the
have
chat,
been I've been
then
spending
he leaves no trace. He leaves no
I've
trace.
I've spent
Right?
like I've spent like 2 months with a like subscribers only chat or whatever, you know what I mean? And like so right now, I mean I wasn't about that. I don't want to get in any trouble and I'm not trying to, but as soon as I heard like a negative tone, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really catch what it was, but I knew it was not good, so I tried my best.
Okay.
I have to invite people I don't know because I don't know anybody over there. You know what I mean? Like in essence,
Yeah,
like
but
I know like
if
maybe
if
a
if you
drop of.
tell them to post in the chat first, then they leave something behind. You have right. If they don't ever post in the chat, I don't ever let them up ever.
Yeah, but they could post in the chat as one name and come up as another, you
But you
know.
get, but
So I
at
mean,
least that way I can get the account,
Hey, Dr. Space
yeah,
Monkey.
right? Yeah, his space monkey.
yeah. What's going on, Space Monkey? Yeah, yeah. I don't, you know. Good lord, I mean, you know, like I'm shit, man. I need to get paid a lot more, like, because there's too many rules if I'm supposed to do all that. I
Well,
really
not
think so.
rules. They're not rules. It's good
Hey,
ideas.
hey,
That's all, Joe. It's good
what are they
ideas.
paying you for, Joe? Huh? What are they paying you for?
It's like $17 an hour when I get yelled at. That's pretty much what it is. That's what it equals to. It's okay. It's not bad.
I have
It's
a ton
better
of
than.
friends. They don't pay me for anything, and I don't pay them.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm just joking about it.
I'm not.
It's just whatever yeah, of course, yeah, and
Coming up,
I don't.
Space Monkey. I've never met you.
Yeah, he's never been on my channel as a face or anything, but always chatting in and also sending me stuff in the mail. So you know, real. And now that
I,
he's into DVDs, he knows what's coming back. He found a shop. Yeah, I'm sorry that you guys aren't like moderators. I'll go back to YouTube like as fast as I can, you know, and I'll fix that.
No worries.
I didn't say a word.
It
I
don't
could, you
matter
know,
to me. It just makes it hard to sub to people. That's all. Right?
I
Yeah,
just
I
know
understand.
I
that
like to
I
sub
pay
to
attention
everybody and try and get them to sub to me. It's hard to do it without a wrench, you know.
Right, right. And
everybody.
somebody, you know, I think what he said was, "Hey, Dougie Doug, why don't you shut the fuck up?" or something like that.
He
So
called
you
me by
probably
name.
know this person, something like that, you know, something like that. That's what I heard. Oh,
Well,
what
Joe,
did
don't
he
take
say?
it to
Your
heart,
name?
Doug. Listen, don't take it to heart. Obviously, they're jealous, or you've
I don't
said,
care. But I'm telling Joe, he he called me by name. He
well,
called me
so
by
Oh,
name. I
H.
heard him say
Last
my
name.
name
Last name.
and tell me what he thought I should do.
well, his name's right
Right?
there. Your
I heard
name's
him.
right. Your name's right there. It was probably the guy that was here before that couldn't talk because we were all talking. Maybe who knows? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, let
I'm
it
not
be.
bothered
Let's
by it.
see.
Believe me,
Let
I
it
don't
be.
care. I don't care, Gal
Okay,
Pal. The
then
guy
let
come
it
up and
be.
say some.
Please, let it be.
Some people have no qualms making themselves look like idiots. That's fine by me.
Right. So let it
Right?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, Space Monkey, I totally appreciate that. But like seriously, if you guys are into that shop, like DVD is an untapped market. I had to explain even to Off Grid that the reason that VHS was an untapped market for me to share with is because the groups I was in would only want cardboard wraparounds, no cuts, no stickers, no previous rentals or whatever. So, you know, obviously Alfred is more open, you know, so I can send him shit and he can enjoy it because I love finding the sticker from the rental place and having their, you know, phone number on it and shit like that. So now that you guys, you and your woman are going to be into DVD, I'll send you DVD because I don't have another out for that either. And I got plenty because I don't need to fucking carry it through the next 20 years of my life. No, sir. I will pass it off. But yeah, so Space Monkey, you know, we got chatters and faces and you know all different things, but he doesn't join up like that. So. But yeah, Doug, I'm sorry that that happened.
Don't
Sometimes you
worry about
know
it.
they're
Listen,
gonna
like
come
I
up in the
said,
chat too.
I'm not.
You know,
I'm not worried about it in the
like I
least.
said today, I
I'm
would
just
love to schedule you, but the you know some dickhead's gonna come up in the chat too. We'll have to knock him down too. You know.
Joe. Listen, I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm just surprised that you don't take more precaution before you let people up. That's all. It's not about
Yeah, I
me.
don't.
Nothing
I
anybody
don't.
says. Nothing anybody says out there makes any difference to me. I just don't
Right,
care.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Like
right.
I
You're
said,
right.
some people enjoy making themselves look stupid. Let them do it. Right? Just let them do it. They want to look stupid. Let them look stupid. That's fine. But I
Right,
just
right.
surprised that you would let someone up who you have no idea anything about. That's all.
Yeah,
I at
yeah.
least
I'm
like to
sorry.
get.
You know,
I
a
at least
lot
like
of
to look at people's channels. Right?
yeah, yeah.
Some
If I
people
guess
come. I don't know
my
who they are, and I don't let them up.
it'll
It
be
happens to
different.
me
It'll be
almost
different
every
when I
time.
have a laptop to do that with too, Doug. It will be different because I'll have that other option. You know, if I go look things up on my phone, I'll get timed out of my fucking live. You know, it's like it's so stupid. You know, for me, it hurts. You know,
That
but yeah,
timed out.
Space Monkey.
What did you say?
When he goes places on his phone, they throw him out of his chat.
Yeah, I get timed out of my live. Like if I go to another tab or something on my phone. So it was different when I had a dying laptop, but I have no laptop. My father, you know, the one he was supposed to give me on Easter, I don't have yet. Uh, for various reasons that he said he doesn't want to do this, he doesn't want to do that. Okay, okay. But you know, I remember last Easter. Last Easter was like a huge breakthrough here with me and my family. I heard that squeak. I don't know where that was from. Yo, what's up, Growing Mo Flower?
Oh,
Growing Mo
good.
Flower, yeah, thank you for being on both my channels. This is my old one, I think. Yeah, so right now, I mean, all I think I can do is type in here. If I had a laptop like I should and will, I can look at people's channels and stuff like that. Like I said though, I didn't see that as much different than somebody just showing up in the chat with a fake name and throwing out something. I saw it as quick as I could, and it really was attitude. It wasn't context. I was like, oh, that person is approaching us like a dick, you know,
We've already,
like really, it wasn't even like
we've already
context.
made so much of it to do out of it. Is the guy's head is now swollen like this. I think the trick is to stop talking about it and move on, right? Because I'm certainly over it. I don't know, right? They're trying to make.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you, everyone, Mo Flower.
I'll deal. Like, I'm so sorry, Doug. I'm just gonna put this out so that he does not join. I'll put this out for anybody but him, so that we're free to move on. Please, yes. I'm sorry.
I'm not worried.
So yeah, Grow Mo Flower Man. Thank you for supporting my other channel. I checked out what you're doing. Everybody should see that. You know, share your link if you can. I'm sorry if I can't mod you up. It's because I'm in the StreamYard. First day back on YouTube after just a week being blocked. But that's why I created the other channel a couple of days ago and all. So thank you guys. If I get to 50 there, then I guess I can stream live even when I get kicked out of here.
Look,
Something like
my first video, when I first put videos on my channel, one of them was Ozzy. It
yeah.
got one. It got 1 point some thousand views in less than 12 hours. We went in to look at it.
Dang.
It said because it got so many views, it had a countdown clock for me to go live. I didn't have only but like 3 subscribers.
Right. Right.
So if you get one good video up there that gets a bunch of views, they'll let you go
Right.
live. You don't have to have 50 subs.
Oh wow, I didn't know you could just do it with a short or whatever or video, like you said.
If you've got stuff on your channel that people, all my videos, the first one of Ozzy got over 1,000 in less than 12 hours. There was another one of him. It's because he was a husky. Huskies are one of the most watched dogs in YouTube. People hunt down information about them, and people that live stream stuff about them, their shorts, they watch them continually over and over because they talk, they, they do all this amazing stuff. That one, when we went back in to check my videos, they had a countdown clock for me to go live, and my daughter was like, so she was like jumping up and down and going, "Holy shit, mom, you can go live already."
Right, right, right. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah. I had a 17-year-old channel, and I had been in since the beginning of YouTube. I watched on somebody else's. I made my own by the summer in 2005. But the first videos that I put up were like 17 years old, just because my sister gave me like a digital camera, and then I was able to put those in my computer, edit them, and just upload them. So I just did. And so those were 17 years old. So then when it came around that I was crossing over from like 15 to 50, I put in the go look at my first, video kind of thing. And they went to a 17-year-old video, and that helped. It got a lot of traction. It got a lot of views for a minute. And that's all that mattered right then. Uh-oh.
I only came in so that I could travel and meet people from around the world and go see the world, and I have
Yep.
definitely been every place and every live stream from around the world. I've sat on panels with people in Australia, India, Pakistan, the UK, Ireland. I've
Yep.
been everywhere. I'd much, they're all, I've seen streets of every place in the world.
Right, right, for sure, for sure. So, there's always like a recommendation, like no matter where you go, you know that you can ask them whether they have time to hang out with you, but at least they can tell you what to see, what to eat, stuff like that. All around the world, you have ports everywhere. You have contacts. You have, like that's beautiful. Like friends, like two friends per channel around the world is amazing. But it's possible, right? It's
Oh,
possible.
yeah. Look, I know as many Australians as I do Texans, you know what I mean?
For sure, for sure.
And I've sat on panels with Gear Changer, and I don't even remember all their names, but I'm subbed to them and I go to their live streams. Gear Changer is priceless. The first time I got up there, they were all live. They were on in StreamYards, and I met him where I modded,
There's
and
a
I
bunch
went
of
on.
cool Australians.
Yeah, I went up and they're all there. They're in Australia. Almost every one of them. They're all guys. And he's like, "Get up here, gal pal." I got up, and they all had fires and they drinking. And one of them called me a cunt, and they were like, "Oh, she's in the United States. You can't call her that." They all went crazy, and I'm like, "It's okay. It's
Oh,
okay. I understand."
like the Aussie version, yeah, the Aussie version where it's like, I'm like
Well,
snoring and
no,
like, get up,
in Australia, it's a term of
Hey,
get
endearment.
out of bed with them. Yeah,
It's a term of endearment in Australia.
yeah,
Yeah.
They also
for
did
sure,
it to
for
me
sure.
when I went to Hazy Days, the guitar singer in the UK, who's priceless,
Yeah,
man. That guy's awesome. I got on his
he is.
panel with people. He did the same thing. He's like, "Oh, SGP, the fucking cunt is here." And Richard goes, "Hazy, stop it." And he kept it up. And one of the girls got up, one of the women. Oh, they had a total meltdown. They were like, "Dude, throw yourself off. Get off. Stop calling her that."
Yo, Anthony, I hope it's mild where you're at. I know you had storms that we didn't, but right now it actually got really dry and more heated over here. So I don't know where you're at, man. It probably is gonna backfire on you, man. Very true. You sit alone physically, mentally, with the support of many online. There's always someone to have conversations with that you truly appreciate. You all make this. Yeah, and you know what? Grow and Mo, I always told my children to be wary of that. I told them be wary that there's always somebody to hear you out in the middle of the night in Japan. You know, I told my children be wary of that because it's less than reality. There is not always somebody to hear out your woes any time of day, any time of night. I'm glad that we have each other, but I'm just saying, like, that's how I had to explain it to them because they grew up internet age. And I grew up from prank calls to internet age. So I get it. I get it. But I've always warned them, like, don't take that as granted. You know, it's not. It's not. It's very fluid, flippant sometimes.
I'm probably gonna have to go soon.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good luck on the travel. Good luck.
Yeah, my flight's been delayed now for 3.5 hours since my
When is
scheduled
it
departure. Hmm?
Like I said, Mama United is probably going to give you a shower and some rerun of My Name Is Earl,
I don't
and you're
expect
going to
I
have
don't
to get
expect
on another
anything from them.
plane. You know?
I just want to get where I'm going. You
Yeah,
know,
good. Yeah, I know. You will. You will.
I was supposed to be there 2 hours ago.
when does it act,
Mushroom.
Gal pal?
when does it actually leave?
He doesn't know yet. He doesn't know yet,
Well, no,
really.
it's scheduled for 6:58. They put it up on the board, so I do believe we're gonna make it now because they put it on the board.
Oh, okay.
Before it wasn't on the board, so
There you
we'll
go. There
see.
you go.
Supposed to leave it in 1 hour from now. 6:58.
Looks quite official. Looks quite official. Yeah, Doug, I was letting people up with no credentials. I was doing that on purpose, and I didn't warn you, I suppose. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Like I said, I don't care. It's your channel. You do what you want. But if you want to make things easier, then not. I don't mean easier. I mean what I mean to say is, if you want to avoid issues, don't let anyone up
Yeah,
who you don't know. That's what I learned. I don't let anyone up who I don't know.
I hear you.
It avoids issues. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep, yep. All right. Well, thank you very much, Doug.
And
We'll see you soon.
Joe, and listen, I don't care what he comes up and says. I don't care talk all kind of like as I've said many, many times. People want to make themselves look like idiots. Just that's fine. Let them. The people don't need no help
Yeah,
making themselves look stupid, right? So I don't care what
man.
he does. I'm just saying if you want to avoid having issues on your channel, what
When
I
I
do,
yeah,
what I've
no,
le- what I've
I have
learned,
issues. I have issues I can see coming
what
that
I've learned
are
is that
uglier,
I don't let anyone
uglier
up
than that.
who I can't confirm, who I don't know. You know what I mean? Okay. See you later, Joe. God
All
pal.
right,
See you.
all right,
All
man. Take
right.
care.
Take
Take
care.
care. Safe travels. Safe travels, please. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Boy, airports are so boring. Or is that just because I work there? Do you have fun in the airport, Galpon? No, because it's too expensive. It's the same bullshit, but it's like it costs more, you know? So, no, you could never have fun there, right?
No, the worst part of the airport now is the damn security, getting through that security gate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, the last time going to Lambeau, it wasn't too bad, but the time, 2 times before that, when I went to Louisiana up here in Dulles, they flagged
Yeah,
me when I went through security after they stripped me of everything. They still
right.
said I was cutting off the thing, so they sent me through this MRI thing. And then they said, "What do you have metal up your ass?" And I said, "I don't have anything metal up my ass. What the fuck's wrong with you people?" And they kept
Good
pointing
Lord,
up.
man.
Yeah, and they kept pointing up at the MRI scanner, and they said, "There's obviously something metal in you, and it's in your butt area." And my daughter was with me, and she was laughing her ass off, and she's on the other side, and I'm like, "It's not funny, and our stuff's clear down there at the bottom of the thing. Go get it before someone steals it."
Right,
Meanwhile,
right.
they're like, "We're gonna have to do a cavity search," and I'm like, "A cavity search? Fuck you!" I mean, I like was really getting disgruntled with them, and I'm like, "You know
Yeah,
how many
no
times?"
doubt. Yeah.
I've been up here at Dulles how many times? You're going to give me a hard time? I was going to Louisiana. So I see them open a door. I'm watching over on the side. They open a door and there's like a doctor's table in there and they're pulling the thing out and they put the forceps things up. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's that for? And they're like, well, if you know, you're not going to come clean. We're going to have to do a cavity search. And I'm like, no, a woman comes
Holy,
out.
you're talking about like, you're talking
Yeah,
about like
Yes. And a woman comes out and she's putting these long ass fucking gloves. She's stretching them out. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm telling you. And my daughter's down there trying to get our stuff, our carry ons. And she comes up and she's like, I'm telling you, my mom's not carrying anything in her butt or whatever you think. And they're going, well, it shows right up here. They got this
It shows
MRI.
as metal. It shows as metal.
Yeah. And I'm like, look, when I was a kid, we had BB guns and we were always shooting each other. I probably got BBs in my ass or something. So the two security guards are standing this woman that's got these fucking gloves on, like standing there. They were fucking up to here like she's gonna breed a cow. And they're standing there
Yeah.
talking and they're like, and then the one goes, okay, that's possible. We'll buy that. And they fucking held me there for like a half an hour with people in line behind me telling me they're gonna do
Oh,
cavity search.
so
They don't
the BB story was more plausible. They thought you had like a knife in your back.
they thought I had
'cause you can't just put a knife or a shank in your butt. You know what I mean? Like it's really like in your back.
They
But
thought
that
I
was
had
more
a
plausible
weapon
than
up
like
my
four
fucking
BBs.
asshole, the fucking morons. Thanks. Good seeing you, Doug.
Doug, I think it was liver. There was like a high concentration of heavy metals or something.
Yeah, you're not they insecurity, and it takes forever to go through it now. They like totally, inspect freaking every inch of your bag. You have to open them up and shit. It's
Well,
because of
mine was
911.
always this was the thing. My experience because I worked there, it's basically the same as YouTube, right? It's like today this is a lighter. You know what I mean? Today this is a lighter. Tomorrow this is a concealed combustible gas. So sometimes, I would go to the parking lot, take the bus, go through the scanners, and be okay. Sometimes they would take everything I had and throw it in the trash can. You never knew. You never knew whether this was a lighter or a concealed combustible gas. They made that decision day by day. And
That
then I lost my license and I had to show up there. And that's okay because I'm only driving in what do you call it? Rush hour traffic that even if a cop saw me, he couldn't pull me over, right? But when I show up at that airport and I go downstairs and I'm in all these areas, that's federal land. And if I get caught on there with an expired ID, I'm fucked. You know what I mean? Or a revoked ID. You know what I mean?
right,
So
right.
it was like this is not the same country when you go to
Oh
the
yeah.
airport, international airport, or when you go to now, I have to go to the Pentagon to take my stupid bus to DC. And that's still not this country. It's scary stuff. I don't like that. I don't like doing that. And
And
you're sorry for that situation going, yeah.
then with the ID thing, they have like a okay, so I generally buy my weed from like regular people, like dealers I've had for
Hmm.
forever. And they just come, they drive to my
Legacy,
house
legacy.
and they bring it to me because I can't drive. So
Heck yeah.
then we also have medicinal and we buy it recreational. Something that I
And
helped
those
get
are more dispensary, right? You can go do
right.
that at the store.
We
Yeah.
have dispensaries. So not even paying attention, my driver's license expired when I had my birthday this year. I had kept going to the dispensaries and they kept letting me in after it was expired. And then all of a sudden,
Good.
my birthday's in February. In April, one of them's like, "Oh, wait a minute, your license is expired." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, it is? I didn't even know it was expired." And I'm like, "Wait, you've been letting me in all this time." And they're like, "Well, somebody at the front door wasn't doing their job." And I'm like, "Well, don't
Right.
take it, I didn't even know it was expired." But then I go into the one the next time and the girl's like, "Yeah, it's expired, you can't get in." And then everybody's going in and then she goes, "What do you need? I'll go back there and get it for you." And I'm like, "Are you
There
fucking
you go.
kidding? You won't let me go back, but you're willing to go get it for me, and won't you lose your job for that?" And she goes, "Not if you don't tell anybody." I'm like, "What the fuck was with the double standard bullshit, you fucking morons?"
Well, I mean, that's the thing, always, let's call it, it's selective enforcement. I've always hated that. I mean, like my constitution doesn't sit well with selective enforcement, but guess what? It's always there. Like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back because I got to
Okay.
roll a new one. I'll be right back. Um, take over. I'm gonna put you in the solo.
Oh, that's okay, growing Mo flower. I, I I just go with. We have a place that brings it out to your car. You pay for if you have cash, you pay there, but you can pay with your debit card ahead of time or your charge card, and they bring it out to your car. I just get it that way. They just read my number off to my date of birth to the place, and they bring it out to the car. They don't even care if the license is good or anything. It's so weird. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Nothing bothers me. I've had a good life. I had good parents. I was raised on a dairy farm. Have two wonderful children. They're all grown up and moved on. Just me and my husky now, Ozzy, who's crashed out, taking up half the kitchen floor. Oh, Joe completely left me, didn't he? Or he just put me on big screen, I guess. Hmm. And I like the Yankees baseball team, and I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. I guess that comes from my dad being a dairy farmer. That's what we were raised on. What the fuck, Joe? Can't roll one while we're sitting in a live stream?
I said what? I said what? Oh, me and my daughter and I we were fighting for a second, but it wasn't anything serious. I thought that's you were like, what the fuck? I was just like, man, my goo goo, and I like poked her in the stomach and grabbed this weed, and that's all. Like we weren't doing anything. You're funny. First time hanging out. Yeah. Yeah, growing flower man. Thank you for supporting my new channel. All like through Off Grid, right? Is Off Grid live right now? I shouldn't even be here, eh? Anyways, green crack. It's one of the last things left from October, like from the harvest from our thing. You know, here. Let's put it here
Yeah, off
because
grid
it
is
really
way.
is.
My seeds are still seeds. I still have them in my bottle here.
This is one of the last of two that we have left from our actual farmer. You know what I mean? So that'll be it until October again. You know.
Oh, thanks.
Tell your animals and family hello. even
Hello.
I with all humans, I have more animal than family left, but they're all human.
I'm the one that goes around howling, don't I, Joe? I talk like a dog when I'm in chat. I say, "How are you? Happy holidays." I have
Hello.
blocked. I've had two streamers come and tell me I'm blocking you because I'm tired of you talking like a dog. And I'm like, well, I do have a
Oh
dog.
dang. Well, they're not up with the kids, right? I mean, like I have kids that are young enough that they're into that. Like they have like other kin and Therian and wolf people. They have all that shit. And like, what are you gonna do? Like, they're the kids. They make the rules. They got wolf peoples and all that. You know, what are you gonna do? Good luck. Good luck shutting them up. You know.
Yeah, you know those people that dress in like animal costumes and hang out. They've asked me if I'm a fur baby, and I'm
Furbies
like,
or furries. I mean, furry. Yeah, I forgot furry.
yeah, I'm like, get out of town.
Oh, because you have the like onesie like at night, and you can put it up, and you have the bear hairs, and you know, oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you're a
the
furry
dog,
now, yeah,
the pink one with
and
the
you're like
yeah,
growl, you know, what do you say to that?
yeah, it's like
What do you say?
Yeah, it's the one. It's a onesie. It's got the dog head on top of it. Brr.
Right?
Yeah, I'll play into that for you. Sure, no problem.
Man, they're so naughty, looking for a bone. You know, rawr. What the heck? I don't know
Giving
what
the
you tell such people. You know.
dog a bone. Oh Lord.
I would love if you could, Gal Pal. I don't know how far away it is, but I would love to see the stuff that SA sent you, that Seconder sent you, because I've seen it once, but you know these people have not. You know.
Oh, my outfit. Yeah. Hold on a second.
Yeah, yeah, like totally Pakistani. You know, I have a lot of kinship. I've grown up with a lot of them, and you know, so I love that aesthetic. I love that style. And they had, when I grew up, Prime Minister Bhutto. So they had a woman prime minister that I grew up with, and that was
Oh,
pretty influential too.
I forgot all about that.
I didn't. It was influential to my life. That was my first time through this, you know, game. I also lived through the only video age, Gal Pal, and there'll never be another one, and that's amazing. There was
Yeah.
only one video age, and that was me.
When I was growing up, we had game rooms. We had to go there and, you know, Pac-Man and Ping Ping. First, we had
Well,
just
me
said,
too. Me too.
so they call them embroidery outfits.
Mm.
His wife and her friends did this. This is all embroidery at work. Look at it.
I see it. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me put you solo. But I do see it. Hold on. Because I know about that. That's. Oh, yes, yes. So those are they actually like plasticky beads?
No,
Are those beads like plasticky, or it's just all a
no,
coarse,
it's all
like a
uh
cord?
yeah, like embroidery floss, like we would embroidery with. And then it's
Okay.
got mirrors. They're little mirror discs they put in there and filled in around them.
Woo!
And then
Woo!
the men wear them too, only the men don't decorate theirs. See, they're open
For
on the
sure.
side.
For sure. Yeah.
And then, of course, the
Malik.
pants.
I'm thinking of my friend Malik. You know. Yeah, that was his top right there. That's Malik's top.
And then the pants. You got the
And
pants.
these are kind of like scrub pants, to be honest, right? Like that's
Yeah,
kind of, but they're a little tougher material.
yeah, they're
But the
just
pants
basic.
are kind of like scrub pants.
Yeah, they're
Because
just
I
basic.
know we were talking about the different pinchers, and so you know your medicals.
Yeah, they're just basic pants. And the men, everybody wears them. The men wear plain ones. You've seen SA and his, right?
Yes, yes.
And then the women, of course, decorate theirs. See, the sleeves are decorated too.
So you see how it's a fluted sleeve, right? So I
Yeah.
worked with a lady in a call center, and she was Pakistani, and we talked about Pakistani stuff all the time. Now she was wearing a dress like that, and it was fluted in that, and I was like, "Oh, is that from your country?" And she was like, "No, it's from Sears," and I was like, I
Oh
just thought
no.
that was so funny because I
You know,
assumed because it had that fluted look at the at the cup.
he he just told me one day, he's like, I'm having my wife make you an embroidery outfit. And I'm like, what? And he goes, like we wear in the country. It took 30 days to get here. Customs,
Hmm.
it was mailed in a bag, which I also have somewheres. And he just wrote with a marker on the bag my address that I had to give him.
Right.
It's
Hmm.
got it's stamped like 5 times where it flew from Pakistan to
It
another
had to
country.
go from here to there to everywhere. Yeah, of course.
It
Yeah.
flew, and then it came across on a ship apparently into customs in New York. Customs ripped the bag open, and the United States Post Office had a fight with them and wrote me a letter of apology saying that they couldn't
Mm.
understand why when it was in a bag and they could clearly see
Right.
that it was um oh, my
Like
daughter's messing with me.
textile. It was a
Yeah,
textile. It was a
yeah,
textile.
that
They
they
don't have to rip
always
open
had
a textile. Yeah.
yeah, that it was material that they, no matter how they would have, whatever,
Well, when
detected.
they scan it, they can tell whether it's textile or whether it's organic. So they should have just let you pass because there's nothing organic hanging out in there, meaning heroin, chicken bone, or anything. There
Right,
wasn't
they
anything like that.
apologized to the
Maybe
United
a
States
hair.
Post Office,
Maybe a hair.
apologized and said, "I'm sorry for the behavior of the Port of, New York's, behavior with the package."
Yeah.
It was a whole long I have it all someplace in the bag, and
Yes.
apologized for
Save
their
it.
behavior
Yes.
and said that they told them that they were not, did not support the way that they treated my package. I was so shocked when it came and I had this whole thing attached to it, and I'm like, "Holy crap."
Right. Right. Yep. Yep.
But if you think
Yep. Yep.
about it, in our country, we would we would never expect, like I would never mail my kids something in a cloth bag sewn. It was hand sewn together.
Sure. 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 Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I do. I understand that. I mean, it sounds nuts, but like at the same time, like I know people. What they do is they take envelopes that they got and then they flip them inside out and they glue them back up. I mean, it almost makes no sense, but that's what they do. You know what I mean? So nothing surprises me. If it was made out of like possum skin and it was sewn together with dental floss, I would still not be surprised. So
Well,
that's my part of the post office. You're very
that,
ignorant, but you're not very ignorant because, of
that'd
course,
be
you're
Southern
searching
mail
information.
there. That'd be coming from the South.
Yeah, yeah. My friend's always like, "Don't send me any what is it, dead skunks or whatever."
Yeah. When my son was in college down in Virginia at Mary Washington, I would mail him
Hmm.
packages, and they have those uh pay one price 2-day priority boxes.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
would mail him those, and at the post office down in Frederick, down in the city, well, whatever, it's a city, but it's not big. Um,
Right, right. Well,
I
William and Mary is also city, but it's Virginia, but it is city. It's
yeah,
downtown,
yeah.
kind of.
I live up on a mountain. I live outside of Frederick. Um,
Right,
I I've been going to that post office since I moved here, like, I don't know, 35, 6, 7, 8. I don't even know how long I've been here. I've been in this house for
right.
30 years, but I lived in the
Most
city
of my
first.
life, then. Yeah.
I've been going to that main post office. I would go in there and mail him the medium-sized box. You pay one price no matter what it weighs. And the guys, it got
Right,
to be a big joke. They'd all be like, "Oh, she's mailing something to her son. How much does it weigh today?" And of course, you
right,
have to
right,
have
right.
foods, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And they'd always be like, "What's in there? Christmas cookies for the boy?" That got to be a big thing. I mailed one day that weighed 72 pounds.
You're almost over because they only went to 74 in those days. They only went to 74.
Yeah, and the guys were like, "Holy crap, what do you have in there if you'd mail this in a
Right,
regular box?" And I'm like, "I'll
right.
never tell."
Yep,
And
I'm telling you, it's funny,
all
right? Because I know, but that's actually you were very close. It was 74 forever.
all
It was
3 of the
74
guys
pounds. You couldn't.
all 3 of the guys went back there when it was sitting on the scales, and they were all standing there talking, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if they're gonna let this go." But it was priceless. They were yeah, like every 2 weeks, I'd mail them a package down to the college. It became a big deal
Right,
at the and
right,
still to this day, even though he's been out of college for, like, I don't know how many years, um,
right.
when I go in there, they're the ones that are left, a couple of them are retired, they're still like, "Oh, here she comes. What's she mailing today?"
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll never hit that record, but yeah, you were almost ineligible, actually. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is now, but that's what it was for sure. Because I used to have to deal with like nobody understood over here. Like I moved from Maryland to Virginia. There's never been a post office box. I can't get one. because they've never built enough more since everybody moved here. They don't care. So then there's all these retail stores, all these box stores. But I care. And I always wanted to know what my rights are and how I can do it and how cheapest I can do it. And I just grew up like that with all the pamphlets and all the weird shit that we used to do, like use a wax crayon to, wipe off the mark so that you could use that same stamp again. We used to do all kinds of stupid
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
But over here, they didn't understand me. So every time I show up at the post office with something in my hand, they're like, why? Like back in 2000, they're like, why? And I was like, oh, I've been doing this since I was 8. I'm sorry. Like I thought it was normal. Around here, they thought it was weird. So they would like open up everything. Why are you talking to Canada? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's none of your business. What? And they're still there. Some of them are still there 25 years later, the same people. And I see them and they're like, well, we're going to open this. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, duh. Like, I've been here 1,000 times. I know you're going to open it. Good luck, Good luck.
Yeah, well, the post office is a federal job. You try to keep that job because you're going to retire with benefits.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, look, Joe, my daughter keeps hitting me up.
Yeah. You got to go?
I'm going to go and talk to her. She probably wants to video call. She has the 2 girls, Clementine and Persephone.
Oh, okay. No problem at all. No problem.
Thanks for
See you
having me
later.
up.
Thanks for coming up.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing the whole thing about being a little bit elastic about letting people up, I haven't even been here to be kicked out yet. And the other thing about, the moderation, I'll fix that. I just can't do it here. It's not a personal
hold
thing.
on now. She just
It's
sent
not.
me a message that said we might go downtown. Hold on, what's she saying now? She's in Myrtle
Ordering
Beach.
seeds
What's downtown Myrtle Beach? What's that mean? We might go downtown.
to the boardwalk, I guess. I've probably been to Myrtle Beach, but it didn't mean anything to me, I like Dewey.
Oh, in Delaware.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. That place is awesome. I got
Oh,
great
okay.
jewelry there,
Let me tell you
actually.
a story.
It was real cheap.
Let me tell you a story. When
Sure.
I first moved here, I worked for a company called Uncle Ralph's Not Yet Famous Cookies. And they hand scooped the cookie they hand scooped with ice cream scoops the dough and put them on trays, and they would freeze them, and then they'd ship them to places to bake, or the places locally could get them already baked delivered every morning. Then they decided they were going to go outside of this little area, and they were going to transport them to other states, and they needed an out-of-state driver. And I was hand scooping them. It's the first job. I got it the day after I moved here. And I said, I can do that. And they said, you can? And I said, yeah, I can. So they went to Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey.
There we go.
I left every morning at 4:30. I drove clear up to
in a refrigerated or a frozen truck. Was it refrigerated or was it freezer?
I took a frozen truck. At first, it was a Chevy truck with a freezer unit set on the back of it. That's what it was at first. And I drove all the way to what was that called?
That's like in Nice Dreams. Remember, they have just a truck with the freezer back where they're selling the ice cream or the the Tide Pops or whatever in Nice Dreams.
Okay,
that's what that is a truck with a freezer in the back.
Yeah, exactly. So I would drive Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, I think that's what it was called. That's where I would drive to. And my first stop in the morning was Abel's Bagels. And they would always, of course, insist that I have a bagel. They were the best bagels I've ever had. They made them fresh. And they were real Jewish people.
The egg bagel. The egg bagel is so good. Nothing on it, just fresh. Just eat it.
Yeah. They would toast it. Sometimes I'd get cream cheese. Sometimes I would ask them for butter. And sometimes I'd say, no, I don't want one. And then I'd work my way back. I'd come through Delaware. I'd go to Bethany, Rehoboth, and Dewey Beach, whatever order they were in. I would go there. I'd
Right.
go to
Right.
Oklahoma City. I'd come into Pennsylvania. I'd do around Philadelphia. I'd do the Philadelphia, and then I'd come back home. I did that for I don't know how long. They got a bigger truck and a Zuzu cab over. It was the biggest
Right.
truck you could have before you have to go through the weigh station. In fact, several times I got pulled over by state policemen and they'd say, "You didn't go through the weigh station." I'd say, "I don't think I'd
You don't
have to." And
have
they
to.
say, "Oh, no, you have to." And I'd say, "No, not according to the people that I work for and according to the regulation." And I'd pull the paper right out of the glove compartment and start. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am."
Right. 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 Also, because you're fixed, right? You're not like a split axle. You're fixed.
Yes. Yes, I had a whole paper because I really, when I started, I was driving a Chevy pickup with the freezer unit set on the back.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What happened is when I went to work at the bakery, the owner told us several times when we had meetings, no one can work in our bakery while they're pregnant. I got pregnant while I was working there and I didn't tell them. And I kept working.
Oh,
My obstetrician, OBG, whatever, told me, "You
right.
shouldn't be driving that truck. What if you have go into labor and you're alongside the road?" And I kept saying, "Don't worry about it." When I was 7.5 months pregnant, I started freaking out. And I went up and
But can
told them.
I ask this?
And they
Did he
fired
have a policy because they thought there was some sort of toxin like in the production? Because you weren't in
no,
production anymore
it
anyway.
was it was
But
because of
why would
lawsuits.
they have such a policy?
They were worried that someone would get hurt when they were pregnant. It was because of lawsuits.
So it would hurt in two instead of one, at the
Yeah,
worst, I
yeah.
guess.
So I went up
Hmm.
I went up and said, I'm pregnant." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, you're not gonna be able to work here." And then when I told her I was 7.5 months pregnant, she really freaked out. She, like, started screaming at me and shit. I tried to take a discrimination suit against them, but because
Well,
I
that's
hid
what
it
I'm saying. I mean, literally, listen. If you can be denied work for being pregnant, it's kind of a discrimination against women's suit if you get the right lawyer. I mean, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying if you get the right lawyer, it is. You know
if
what I
I'd have
mean? Like,
if I'd have told them in the beginning and they'd have fired me, but I hid it for 7.5 months.
sure, sure, sure.
That's what it came down to in Baltimore when we ended up in court.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah.
So, but
I
it all
mean,
worked
but
out.
having a policy like that, I mean, did that expose that? Like, that has to be changed because that's literally like a anti-female policy, because how many men fall pregnant every year? Like, that's where I'm going to make the comparison and make my argument. It's like, how many of them get fired for it? Okay, there's obviously a loss here that's unbalanced.
Well, now, think about it. It wasn't until how long ago only women they gave women a right to have how many weeks off after their baby. Recently, how many years ago they gave men the same right. When they had a
Yeah,
newborn in the house, they could have time off.
yeah, yeah. I don't think I ever got to use that one, but yeah, yeah.
Look,
The
when I
last,
had when I had my last one, I was managing 3 subways, and I told the
right,
owner, "I'm pregnant." And she's like, "Okay." I worked the whole time till I had the baby, took my time off. She let me come back to work, bring a playpen, put it in my office, and I brought Autumn to work with me every day, breastfed her while I was at work, went back
right,
in my office,
right,
breastfed
right.
her. When she got old enough to start getting up in the playpen, I took her to a babysitter
Yeah.
and kept running the 3 subways.
Hey, all I can say is she's lucky she went to a babysitter instead of you just giving her a mop and teaching her how to do that because I've seen that. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen
Well,
that happen. They
once she
just give the
started being
kid a
able to crawl around
broom.
in a And when she was just a little baby and laid there, it was different. But once she started rolling over and wanting to move, it was time to get her
Yeah,
someplace where she could be active and do stuff.
yeah,
And I'm telling you what, down here, well, down here, up here, you know what it's like in Maryland. My sister was up in Pennsylvania going, she worked a union job in a glass factory and made mega bucks. She was going,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm having to pay my babysitter $80 a week." And I'm like, I have to pay my babysitter $250 a week. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, when I joke with Off Grid about bootleg DVDs, my wife had to watch this girl for like 3 days a week. Part of her payment was literally like 4 or 6 bootleg DVDs. I don't even know if that was a 2 week payment, but it was like 6 bootleg DVDs and a 20 bag or something. It wasn't even money. It was a joke.
And daycare is
She had to
expensive.
watch movies whether she wanted to or not. It was crazy.
Sometimes it doesn't pay for the woman to work if if over half of your money's going to daycare.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like the weird thing is when my daughter was gestating, like when my wife was pregnant, that's when I stopped working. I was working at a place that was pretty nuts. I got paid decent, but I only got paid, I don't know, 10 out of 12 days or whatever. I didn't get paid every day. Some days I had to work anyway. But anyway, that's what we were on, and she was like, "We're not going to do this anymore," and she switched, and that's how long she's been working since my daughter was in utero.
Right. Yeah, see,
She
sometimes they want so
switched.
much money, it's not worth one of the people working. In fact,
Nah, it wasn't.
my
No, it
son
never
was
was. No, we would have been at a loss any time if both of us were working. We're losing money. Trust me.
yeah, when my son was little, um, my husband worked during the day running heavy equipment, and I kept my son, and then I worked nights while they were sleeping, so there
Right,
was
right.
daycare expense.
No, no, I understand. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, a lot of my grandparents, my sisters, they've done stuff like that, but over time, it's not sustainable. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, I only did it for like what 2.5 years, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I need a regular job, and he should go mix and mingle with other kids other than the kids in the neighborhood, and
Yeah,
he's an administrator at LSU now, so kudos to him.
yeah. I mean, even my grandparents, they had their own land and they had cows and they had the ability to be dairy farmers and they gave it a go, but they could do much better not working 22 hours a day. Like, you know what I mean? They could sell some of the cows off by weight. They could, harvest some of the hay. They could do a lot better than working all freaking day on a dairy farm that they made up. Nobody said you have a dairy farm. They were like, I guess we have a dairy farm because we have cows in space. And they tried it. And they figured out, like, if you go to the people that already have money, it's a lot easier to get a little bit back, instead of just doing it from out of nowhere, which is the hard life, which is a good life, no problem. I'm just saying it is hard. If the people already have money, it's easier to get little cuts of it.
Oh, my dad came from nothing. I'm very proud of how my parents turned out. My father
Me
left
too.
home when he was 8. He lied to get into the military. He was in the Korean War. He came back
Yes.
and went to work in one of the only glass block factory at the time in the world, and started saving his money. And then he bought the farm, married my mom, and bought the farm. We had
Right.
everything. We had a swimming pool. He built us a new house. My dad
Yep.
was very successful. People think, the kids at school, when I was in school, they were like, oh, the farmer kids. But they all wanted to come to our house and hang out because we had everything. My father was
Right. Because
very
your dad built a pool and all of that. Yeah.
successful, for a farm family. And my father also got his milk pass to sell to Friendship Dairies in New York State. You have to meet a certain criteria to do that. He was the only farmer in Pennsylvania up there on the New York State border. They drove all the way up there to pick. He made more money than the other farmers. He had to meet a certain criteria. He had to pass a certain inspection to do that. So
Yeah,
my dad
to be like
very
the quality that they distribute, right?
right. It's
Of
like
milk.
when you go to Wisconsin and you're driving around, you'll see farms that are certified by what's that cheese, Sargento cheese.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of Sargento. Yeah,
they just don't buy their milk from anybody. They buy it from certain farms.
right.
Oh, this is my daughter. All right, I'm gonna go. Thanks, Joe.
Okay. Me too. Because I'm gonna feed them dinner. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a grill real quick. All right, bye, gal pal. See you later. Yeah, my kids, we're gonna have a little bit of a barbecue for the holiday real quick. Just grilling some hot dogs and veggie burgers. So both directions of all that. See you later. Happy Bobby G.